And we are here with another Transits Fridays. I keep forgetting the name of my own YouTube channel. So let's talk about what's happening in the sky from Friday today, the 23rd of August, until next Friday, the 30th. So honestly, one of the main things that we're having this week is the beginning of Virgo season, which has happened already. And that energy kind of getting there, the shift from Leo to Virgo. And let's have a look at what else. So I'm gonna share my screen. Let me know in the comments as usual, what have you been going on, or what has been going on with you? I'm sorry, my brain is a little foggy. And we are on Sunday for some reason rather than today. Here we are. So this is the chart for today. So as I was saying, let me know in the comments how you're feeling, what's been going on for you. How was the full moon? Actually, that's what I needed to ask you as well. So we had a full moon in Aquarius that's happened this Monday, and it was an exact square to Uranus. We talked about sudden insights, a big combination of some sort, having clarity about something about our place in the community, or what can we contribute, with our sense of authenticity and uniqueness, which is the way that I see the connection between the opposites of Leo and Aquarius. So I think it really talks about stepping into our individual authenticity, and from that place, from a very heart-centered place, to be able to contribute with the community, with the group, with our friends, with the social justice and causes and things like that. So let me know what happened there for you, what house that full moon fell as well. I was invited to a podcast, and I didn't realize until a little later that the day of the recording of the podcast was Monday, was the full moon. So during the full moon in Aquarius, square Uranus, I was having a conversation about a spiritual business. So when that podcast comes out, because he hasn't come out yet, I'll let you know. And I'll maybe share the link with you as well, so you can have a look and see what we were talking about as well. So this is today, 23rd, Friday. And you can see that yesterday the sun shifted to Virgo. We talked a little bit about that in my previous video as well. But just to kind of, I think this is one of the major flavors of this week, is that kind of continuation of this beginning of the Virgo season, when we start to organize ourselves, prepare ourselves for the daily rituals, the daily routines, how to, the party's over, basically. When Leo season ends, it's like the end of the party. We need to kind of start looking into our life and get our things together, get our plans together, organize the little things around us. That's going to be very important in order for us to be more effective on the bigger plans, right? When we think about Capricorn, we think about the bigger plans and the bigger ambitions as well. But Virgo is about organizing all those little details that will allow us to get to those bigger ambitions and goals and etc. So really, this is a wonderful time to do that. And obviously, I love Virgo season because I am a Virgo, as many of you know already. So I just love Virgo season. It feels like home. It's wonderful to look into diets and exercise programs and, what do we want to do and etc. I hope you're not hearing all of this noise outside. I didn't close my window this time because it's very hot in here. It's winter in Brazil, but actually it's very hot. So okay, so Virgo season, like I was saying, another key energy of this week. Obviously, we still have Mercury going retrograde, but is that Saturn-Jupiter in a perfect square to each other. So they're still both at 17 degrees. It's still a lot of that energy of the T-square immutable signs that we talked about during the full moon. And you can see Venus here in a perfect square to Mars as well. So a little bit of a challenge around give and take and etc. But with the Jupiter-Saturn square, I think there's a lot about manifesting our dreams and our visions and our goals as well. And a lot of the things that we set intentions for in 2020 December, when Saturn and Jupiter made a conjunction at 0 degrees Aquarius. So what intentions did you set? This is still the time when you're facing obstacles and having to work through some things to keep going. It's like an action. I think squares really demand us to take action in a cycle. So what actions are you taking, or are you being challenged to take as well? So here we have Sunday. Here we have Saturday. Sorry, it's a bit of the end of the day here, and my brain's a little foggy. Okay, so Saturday the moon is moved to Taurus, and it will be reactivating that Uranus, that energy from that full moon that we had a little bit. But perfect for the weekend, for like indulgence and enjoying ourselves and the senses a little bit more. Venus in Virgo can also be reflective of that ability to enjoy the senses as well. And I know that in traditional astrology, Venus in Virgo is in full, but in tarot, for example, the card that's associated to Venus in Virgo is actually the Nine of Pentacles. So we've got a card of a lot of abundance, luxury, self-possession, and independence that represents Venus in Virgo, which is a wonderful picture for it, very healing for all the bad rap and the challenges that Venus in Virgo brings as well to the picture when we have it. I do have Venus in Virgo as well, so I understand, and I have, firsthand experience to talk about that placement. But it is very sensual as well, and it is ruling that moon in Taurus. So this weekend could be a wonderful one for getting in touch with the senses. I'm gonna have a gathering of friends. So I have some friends coming over this Saturday, and we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna begin the celebrations for my birthday. I do not celebrate birthdays with big parties anymore. Like, I just get very tired and drained. And even like getting people together and having to talk to everyone and getting in touch and all of that, it can be very challenging as well, energy wise, especially when you're working a lot and etc. But I'm gathering some good friends on Saturday. They're coming over for an early kind of night as well, just to catch up, because my birthday is on Thursday, so 29th, which I'm looking forward. I'm going to be going away for a few days, and I'm giving myself the gift of disconnection. I just want to be disconnected from my phone, from the internet, and just be, go back to basics. Anyhow, here we have the moon Uranus conjunction, which will happen on Sunday, which is a little bit of a reminiscence of that energy of the full moon. It's also forming a bit of a grand trine with Pluto, Pluto, Venus, Uranus, that's being kind of activated by this moon as well. So we can step into a place of more clarity around our values, around issues of self-worth as well, but in a kind of a healing way. And I think that healing is also reflected by Mercury retrograde in trine to Chiron. So my street is very noisy right now. Again, I really hope you're not hearing this as loud as I am. Okay, so Mercury in trine to Chiron is really reflective of some very deep healing that we might be going through this week. And the exact trine is happening on Friday. So it's happening today, but the energy will be lingering on this week. So this is Sunday. And then Monday, we already have moon in Gemini with the last quarter of the moon as well. We're headed towards a new moon. So there's that energy of resting, retreating, tying any knots that we need to do for this week as well, astrologically, and preparing for that new cycle to come. So clearing the decks for the new cycle, really. And here, Tuesday the 27th, we already have Mercury at the degree that's going to turn direct. So Mercury will be turning direct very soon after that, and it will be on my birthday. Oh, what a birthday gift. So here are the two main transits of this week as well, which will be happening on the 29th, and that is Mercury turning direct at 21 Leo and Venus entering Libra. So entering its own sign is going to be very powerful and very powerfully bringing us opportunities to let go of karma in relationships. And why is that? Because it will be very close to the South Node already, and it will be conjoining that South Node later on. So there are some opportunities here to let go of some of the shadows in relationships of codependency, or, bending too much, saying yes too much, being a people pleaser, some of the shadows there. But yeah, Venus in Libra, very powerful for beautifying places, beautifying our homes, etc. So yeah, Mercury going direct finally. Actually, share with me as well some of your Mercury retrograde stories. And here is our Friday, which I'm going to be talking next Friday. I'm going to record our video in advance as well, so I don't skip a week. But we have a moon opposite Pluto there, and the moon entering Leo as well, right on that Friday. But I'll talk about it a little bit more when that Friday comes along. Now, let me know in the comments some of your Mercury retrograde stories. Did you have anything happen? I certainly had in my master classes, Facebook comments weren't really working very well. So I had a few glitches in social media relating to communication. People leaving me comments on Facebook, just removing these comments, and including my own comments, saying that I was leaving comments to get likes and followings. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm answering a question that someone made. Anyhow, that was weird. So that's kind of my Mercury retrograde tale that's happened during this time. So what about you? Let me know. Let me know what are you planning for this week as well, and anything else that you want to share. And I will be seeing you all next week when I record my video in advance, but also the following week when I come back a little bit older, hopefully a little bit wiser as well. So I'll see you then. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye then.